First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is Brother Lloyd from Great Millstone, Miami. And, I want to do somewhat of a response video to the video that Elder Yashawamba made and did probably about a day ago, all right, on his Remnant Saved 144 channel. All right, he did a video entitled "This is a very serious accusation." All right, and in the video, he's pretty much commenting, all right, and responding to a comment made by a so-called Israelite sister. All right, and the comment reads as you see here on the screen. Okay, hide your 9-year-old daughters from GMS men. Okay, all right, and this is pretty much her throwing shots at us based off of a false narrative that has been pushed out amongst Israel about the men of Great Millstone, all right, that we so-called grape, okay, women, okay, especially young women, all right. And as he did this video and as I was meditating on it through the spirit, it kind of got my mind racing because it's funny, how Babylon the Great, in Babylon the Great's history, there's a history, okay, of the Edomite rulers of the society, okay, all right, and Edomites in general, accusing, all right, the men of our nations, okay, of sexual assault, okay, and then so for her and many other Israelites that take this same stance, all right, without proof, okay, for her to do that, all right, just goes to show that they're in the spirit of the enemy, man. Okay, all right, because there's much history, okay, recorded, all right, about how this country, this place America, over the course of history since we've been over here, okay, has accused us of being, sexually deviant, the Israelite man, okay, of falsely accusing black men, so-called black men, okay, of raping or sexually assaulting other people, okay. And it's funny, what makes it even more you know um profound to me, okay, is the fact that Esau is the one who's gone around the earth and raped and robbed and pillaged many people, okay, including our people. All right, there's the history of buck breaking and farms during slavery, okay. All right, it's even came out that the term mother effing, okay, goes back to a practice where to breed us more slaves, you would have the slave masters that would forcibly have an Israelite man sleep, okay, with his mother, okay. All right, Esau has all type of what you would call with those global trafficking ring, okay. All right, with children and women just going missing off of the map, including our people, man. All right, but nobody's saying anything about that, man. They would just rather point the finger and accuse an Israelite man with the same accusation, false accusation that has gotten many, okay, of our people, man. All right, especially the men, put to death wrongfully, imprisoned wrongfully, man. Okay, which goes to show you that, hey, you are of your father, the devil, man. Okay, all right, because that's wrong, man. If you're gonna say something, you actually have to have proof that that's actually the truth, man. Okay, all right. We've never taught that it was okay to go out there and perform that act. Okay, the brothers, as the brother Elder Yashawamba went into very beautifully and gracefully in this lesson. Okay, all right. Hey, the brothers and the elders were just bringing out a historical fact on how things were handled in the ancient world in case an act of so-called grape took place. Okay, all right, and how that would be a deterrent from a man actually doing that act. And the reason why the apostles even brought that out initially, because you had at the time you had a lot of our a lot of brothers and new believers coming into the truth, that didn't understand that the scriptures, all right, is completely contrary to the way of the Western world, okay, especially those who like to go around and told how serious they are about the law, okay, and how they're justified by the law, and then you sit down and you bring out things like this in the scriptures, and everybody's offended. That's why the apostles brought that out, man, to expose how a lot of you Israelites out there that claim that you so hard body about the scriptures, and that you so hard body about the law, that you're really offended at the law, man. All right, and brothers were just bringing it out for edification's sake, man, just to show you, man. All right, that the way things were done in the ancient world is way different than the way things are in this modern society, and how we need to change the way we think. It was never a means to go out and actually do the action, man. All right, you know, okay. And even when you go into the book of Deuteronomy and you read the chapter about that scenario, okay, the scenario of grape, it says if, okay, it says if multiple times, man. So if this act were to take place, this is how you handle it, man. Okay, all right. It's not a commandment. It wasn't a part of our culture for men to just go around and just start graping women. Okay, all right, with just free agency. That was never what we were teaching, man. Okay, but because you were offended at the elders and apostles of Great Millstone cursing you out and cutting you left and right in the scriptures, you feel like you found an opportunity to go and slander them because you are hurt, man. Okay, all right, and I know I'm kind of just a little ranting a little bit, but it's so many different pieces. As I was pondering about this situation, it's so many different angles, man. Okay, so many different points, man. So many different spiritual points, man. That can come from this, man. Okay, all right. So I just that was the opener, man. Hey, I do want to just hop right into this real quick. I don't really mean to spend too much time on this because we know what we truly about here at Great Millstone, man. And at the end of the day, whatever false accusation they put on us, the Lord is going to justify us anyway. Okay, all right. But anyway, I want to start with this article, man. Okay, I found from the MT. Okay, the Montana Innocence Project. Okay, all right. And this article reads: innocent black people, okay, so-called black people, all right, significantly more likely to be wrongfully convicted of sexual assault. Okay, for so-called Black History Month, we will highlight stories and statistics that aim to demonstrate the experience of being black and wrongfully convicted. Today, we are discussing the significant fact, or the staggering fact, that innocent black people are significantly more likely to be wrongfully convicted of sexual assault. A March 2017 report by the National Registry of Exonerations titled Race and Wrongful Convictions in the United States found that black defendants convicted of murder, assault, and drug crimes, okay, murder, sexual assault, and drug crimes are more likely than white defendants to later be found innocent, which means that they were wrongfully convicted, man, in the first place. And then later on, when so-called more evidence, or the case reopens, all right, they're found innocent, man, which means that they were wrongfully accused, man. All right, we live in a society where our people are already considered guilty before innocent, man. Okay, all right. So for you Israelites out there, so-called brothers and sisters that's supposed to be in the truth, man, you supposed to know that before you open your mouth and say something like this, man, and post it all over social media, okay, and make a whole big fiasco and debacle about this, man. You supposed to know that. You supposed to have the spirit of being brotherly, man. The scriptures tell you love thy neighbor as thyself. Why would you open your mouth and spread around such a rumor unless you were coming in the spirit of your father, the devil, man? Okay, unless you're really part and parcel with this system. Okay, all right, because that's what Esau does. Esau, he gets cut up in the scriptures. He has the finger pointed at him, and he's called to be accountable. And what does he do? He likes to point the finger at everybody else, man. So the apostles and elders and the different brothers, as they have been doing for years, rebuking, reproving and exhorting with all long suffering and doctrine. Okay, cutting Jake up in the spirit. And what they need to do, they need to go find a way to slander Jake and slander the apostles, okay, and the elders, and point the finger at them to take the spotlight off of them, man. Okay, for the wrong that they doing, man. Okay, all right. Where's the proof that this has ever happened, man? That's never came up, man. And y'all know that. Y'all well know that, man. But because you envy the prophets and because you're offended at the word, you throw these little shots out here, man. And the Lord got something for that, man. The Lord got something for you for that, man. Okay. All right. This is back to the article. It says perhaps the most shocking statistic to come from this report is that a black person incarcerated for sexual assault is 3.5 times more likely to be innocent than a white person convicted of sexual assault. So here it is. Esau is the one that's been going around. Okay, all right, actually doing the sexual assault. He actually been the one going around raping people, doing buck breaking, man. All right, doing mother effing, man. All right, doing this the sex farms, man. Okay, which I got a little article from that, man. Okay, about that, and this is this is also this information is also on the Atlanta Black Star website as well. Okay, all right, but he's found innocent. Okay, all right. It says, I'll read that again. Perhaps the most shocking statistic to come from this report is that a black person incarcerated for sexual assault is 3.5 times more likely to be innocent than a white person convicted of sexual assault. So basically, Jake is the one that's convicted, okay, but he's actually innocent, while Esau is guilty, okay, all right, but he's considered innocent, man. Okay, he's the one that's been going around doing these lewd acts, man. Okay, and he actually gets off on this, man. That's why so many of our women, all right, and our men go missing. Okay, you ever notice that it doesn't ever make any national news? The police, the white police officers, the Edomite police officers, they don't ever have anything to say about it. The Edomite politicians, they don't ever have anything to say about it. But y'all go and vote for them. The church, okay, which is run by Esau, the Catholic Church, the Christian Church, they don't ever have anything to say about it. Okay, you ever notice that, man? Because Esau gets off on that type of stuff, man. That's why Esau has no problem. All right, when it comes to the music, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to the media, all right, he has no problem to portray our people, men and women alike, in very sexually lewd ways, man. Okay, because he's a freak. Okay, he gets off on abusing and Jake and seeing Jake abuse themselves, man. But he's gonna point the finger at everybody else for being the deviant, man. When it's really him. Okay, and then you got dumb, stupid Israelites, man, who don't know nothing, who ain't got no conscience, that's gonna pick up that same mentality and push it out there, knowing that they in the dead wrong, man. Okay, but they ain't got nothing to say about the enemy, man. All right. Going back to the article, it says the NRE's report, which is the National Registry of Exonerations, noted that there is no one explanation for this, but some causes um, they identified include the inevitable consequences of patterns in crime and punishment and deliberate acts of racism, considering wrongful sexual assault convictions, specifically, false accusations are a leading cause. More currently than currently more than half of all wrongful convictions can be traced back to a false allegation or false testimony. Because black people represent nearly half of all exonerated, the burden of false accusations falls disproportionately on them, man. Okay, so Jake is the one that's being falsely accused of this, man. All right, and I got some more, some more scripture. I got some scriptures to go into this, man, because you can read this article for yourself. It goes into, how Jake gets wrongfully accused of kidnapping people and killing people, all right, and raping, so-called raping, and so on and so forth to people, all right. But really, it be Esau that be behind it a lot, okay, all right, and hey, I was thinking about this scripture when I was meditating on this lesson, man. Because Joseph went through the same situation in Egypt, man. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 39, verse 1. It says, "And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, a captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight and served him, and he made him overseer over his house and all that he had put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake, and the blessing of the Lord was upon him was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. So, Joseph was working for this Egyptian man named Potiphar, okay? And the Lord was with him, all right? And through Joseph, through the Lord being with Joseph, the man's house that he was serving in was prosperous, okay? All right, and it says, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught that he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. So Joseph was a very handsome man. Okay, all right. It says, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out, man. Okay. All right. So this woman was trying to, who was Potiphar's wife. All right. She had the hots for Joseph, man. Okay. All right. And she was trying to get Joseph to lay with her. All right. Which would have been committing adultery. Okay, all right, and she was constantly pressing him, and he told that woman, no, man, I'm not gonna do this because that's sinning against the Lord, man. All right, adultery is a sin against the Most High. Okay, all right, and then what what did she do? All right, when she tried to grab hold of him while nobody was there, okay, and force herself upon him, okay, he fled. Okay, all right, he fled. Okay, all right. Verse 12 again, it says, and she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, see, he hath brought in and he an Hebrew man, okay, unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. And it came to pass, when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. And she laid up his garments by her until his Lord came home. Okay. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. So basically, what's happening here is that she tried to press herself upon him, and he ran away. Okay, and because she was, her ego was hurt, she accused him of trying to rape her. Okay, all right. This woman, this Egyptian's wife, all right, this wicked woman tried to accuse Joseph of raping her, man. Okay, all right. And so you see, man, this is everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning, man. All right, you see that America has that same spirit, man, that same spirit of wrongfully accusing Jake of doing things they ain't do, man. Okay, especially in the terms of what they call sexual assault, man. All right, why? Because America is spiritual Egypt all over again, and it's funny. Again, it's funny. The irony is that Esau's the one who's the real sexual deviant, man. All right, this is from the WestSideGazette.com. It says 6 shocking things about sex farms that existed during slavery. Okay, it says during slavery, slave owners usually examined enslaved women's fertility to ensure that they could give birth to as many children as conceivable. In addition, the same slave owners would secretly impregnate the enslaved women, and when the children grew up, they too would become slaves and end up working in the fields where their mothers did. Typically, slave owners making slaves out of their own blood. It was a common practice for slaves to be sexually subordinated by their masters, and sometimes with other enslaved males. Okay? It says one of the functions of a slave was to give pleasure to the master. According to the recent article in Atlanta Black Star, the slave was an animated sexual pleasure tool for the master. So you see, again, Esau All right, he would sexually exploit, all right, both men and women during slavery, man. Okay, all right. He was the one that was going around raping people, man. All right, and until this day, you got reports from the Catholic Church, from the church, all right, even in politics, man, all right, of them going around and sexually abusing people, man. Okay, all right, and what do they do? They just sweep it under the rug, man. But as soon as they can catch Jake with that type of allegation, they push it to the forefront, man. Okay, all right, and that's in alignment with what the scripture says in Joel. Okay, this is Joel chapter 3. Okay, verse 1, it says, "For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." Okay, all right. So when Esau had us in slavery, he was the one that was out here, okay, all right, selling a boy for a harlot, man. Okay, that's where you get the term buck breaking for, man. And also, selling women, okay, our young girls, okay, for sexual exploitation too, man. All right, so it's crazy how, how this accusation can even be pinned on us, man. You Israelites, hey, if you don't agree with what we teach, that's one thing, man. But I have some damn integrity, man. Okay, you should know the history of the so-called white man enough in this country's history enough to know not to be tagging these types of accusations on your fellow Israelite, man. Okay, all right. The scriptures tell you not to go about as a talebearer, man. Okay, to not be as an unrighteous witness. Okay, all right. Against your neighbor. Scriptures tell you that, man. Okay, all right, because what have accusations like this, which are false? Okay, what has that led? Okay, to amongst our people, man. Okay, what has that led to, man? Being wrongfully accused, man. Which the scriptures tell you that they're gonna do it anyway, man. But come on, man. All right, hey, this video is to reprove, man. Okay, reprove our people that's still in that mentality of being petty, man. All right, just throwing shots and saying things they're not supposed to say, slandering the Lord's prophets, man. The Lord is not pleased with that, man. Okay, those types of slanders, those types of very serious accusations, they lead to death, man. People have been killed behind this, man. Okay, people have had their lives stripped from them. Okay, all right, their freedoms taken away behind this types of stuff, man. So you, as a fellow Israelite, you supposed to know, well, okay, damn, I'm not supposed to be talking like this, man. It's wrong. Okay, and also to meanwhile know who the true villain in the story is, which is really Esau. Okay, instead of moving in the spirit that he's moving in, man. All right, this is John chapter 8, verse 14 is, I'm sorry, John 8 and 44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do." Okay, for he was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. So by saying these types of things, by putting this false accusation vibration out there, okay, which many of you Israelites are guilty of this madness, okay, all right, claiming to be about the law, but here it is, you falsely slandering your neighbor. You're moving in the spirit of Esau the devil, man, who is a murderer, man. Okay, who does not tell the truth. He loves to lie. He loves to make things up so that he can have a reason to kill people, man. And that's part of his history. He does that. The scriptures talk about how he comes with all lying wonders and signs, man. He's been doing that, man. All right, when he came over here to the Americas, man, what reports did he write down, man? Even though the 10 tribes of Israel, the Northern Kingdom, greeted him with hospitality and all civility, you know, and brotherly kindness. What did he call them? Savages, cannibals. Okay, he called them beasts, less than human. We need to civilize these people. All right, these people are savages. They're barbarians. Okay, and he passed that narrative around his other Edomite cohorts. Okay, all right, and they in their bloodthirsty murder slaughtered millions of people, man. Okay, all right, claim in the name of Christianity, in the name of so-called civilizing people. That's what he did, man. And he did the same thing to you Negroes, man. Okay, painted you out to be fools, to be monkeys, to be monsters, man, to be savages. Okay? All right, to be indecent, sexually indecent. Okay? Why? So he could put chains on your neck and sell you halfway across the globe and hang you and rape you. When clearly historically he's the one that's the savage. He's the one that's the sexually indecent one and lewd one. He's the murderer. All right, he's the rapist. It's him. Okay? So why would you want to take the same spirit and the same argument and the same mindset that he has, man? Knowing that he's never had any good intentions towards you. Why would you want to associate yourself with anything like him? With any talking points that could relate in any way to his behavior, all right, his conduct, okay, towards your Israelite neighbor, man. The scriptures tell you, man, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man, none of them. What that accusation right there is a way of the oppressor, man. Okay, all right, that's a way of the wicked, and you ain't supposed to be like that, man. All right, have some shame, have some shamefacedness about yourself, have some integrity about yourself, man. Okay, all right. And I just want to bring this last this last precept real quick. It says, "Judge not that ye be not judged, for with what measure ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured unto you again." Okay, so if you give out a false judgment and accusation and condemnation, it's gonna come right back upon you. And why beholdest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam in thine own eye, man? Okay, all right, false accusations and shit. Okay, over a misunderstanding of taken out of context. You people, you Israelites, y'all took it out of context and you ran with it, man. Okay, why? Because the skeletons in your closet, all right, and your dirt was being put out there. You was getting cut, so you felt the need to go out there and push the slander out there, man. When really you need to be looking at yourself, man. Okay, all right, you Israelites, you need to be repenting yourself. Okay, all right, before you start pointing the finger, and here it is, you pointing the finger, all right, and trying to put this accusation out there that's not true. All right, hey, that's how people, that's how the Lord ends up messing people up, man. Okay, the Lord puts people to death for that, man. All right, you know. Hey, so with that, I know I done kind of jumped all over the place, man. I ain't got really much else to say, man. But I did find this quite interesting, man. All right, you Israelites, y'all have no idea, man, what type of spirit you moving in when you say these types of things, man. All right, y'all just put whatever out there on the internet just because your feelings are hurt, man. It don't make no damn sense, man. And what's crazy, hey, when Esau really starts showing his horns, you gonna see who the real grapist is, man. It's gonna be him. All right, that's how the Lord like to do. You like to put those false accusations out there. Okay, well the Lord gonna give you the fruit of your doings, and then next thing you know, Esau gonna be banging down your doors. All right, and having his way with you, man, showing you that he's really the devil since you want to take part of his ways, man. It's a part of his deceitful and lying ways, man. Okay. All right, so hey, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, salutations to the elect, Kwame Yashua, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.